Hello and good morning, my fellow FibroFriday friends. And I do realize it's probably good afternoon for some. I just am so excited to actually be here. If you were with me last week, you know that I wasn't in my office area and it was quite a mess. But I am so happy to be here and be able to share with you today in my own area back again. So exciting. And I have a few things that I'm excited to be able to share with you today. I'm going to be discussing about flu, achy body, arthritis, breathing challenges, which I've discovered before, and mental health awareness, as well as fibromyalgia awareness months, how they are both together. My journey and challenge that I've created for me. How about being your own boss and doing your own work? Well, I have also come up with an idea on that one and sharing with you some of my newly revamped, revised, and creative ideas for business and doing our own job for fibromyalgia. I'm going to share the challenges with that. And cleaning out, you know, where they talk about spring cleaning? Well, I think it's right around that time, don't you? So, with no further ado, let's get started here. Why don't you? I do not have an intro monologue or anything like that, so I'm just going to go on ahead and give a share. I have heard people asking about achiness and flu and the shot for flu. I do not recommend doing the flu shot. And especially these days with all the other health issues involved that are going on in this shot and that shot, by the time you're all done, you're an achy, sore mess and you already have to deal with the fibromyalgia. Forget the additional achies and breakies and everything else. Anyhow, now I know this is going to be a great controversy for many, but I do not recommend the flu shot. Now, there's a reason. I have even gone to my dad, who is very philosophical, very educated, and does not have the flu or does not have fibromyalgia. But what I did discover is that we both see eye to eye, which is a very rare occasion. We see eye to eye about the flu shot, in that you get this one particular strand that they vaccinate for that particular season. And then it's a totally different flu virus that comes out. So you're not actually vaccinated. So what's the point? Well, with fibromyalgia, I see an additional point. And that's what I want to share with you, especially. With flu, for those of you who don't have fibromyalgia and want to know kind of how it feels, try being achy and feeling icky all over your body. Head to toe, all over your body, and you can't get rid of it. The chills, sometimes you can have those chill feelings. It doesn't include a fever, but the chill feelings for sure. That's fibromyalgia. That's another way to describe fibromyalgia. Last week I described it with the ants and the ant bites crawling all over you and so on. I've done that as well. So what I'm saying is that I'm not 100% about vaccines, simply because they tend to cause spikes on the fibromyalgia syndrome. So can you be achy without the flu and still have fibromyalgia and still have that achy feeling? Yeah. Achiness and joint stiffness can also be signs of a thing called RA, or rheumatoid arthritis. And that is painful in itself. Then to add fibromyalgia. Well, the fibromyalgia is actually a symptom thereof RA and other autoimmune issues like lupus and psoriasis and so on. But the truth of the matter is that they actually are the root cause. I do apologize. I have to put my phone on silence. I don't like it when it comes up with a bunch of noises, and I'm trying to share with you because I don't know about you, but it's distracting. And this is extremely important, what I have to share, because what I've just begun sharing is nothing. I'm getting really, really creative here. Okay. So when it comes to RA, when it comes to achiness, when it comes to autoimmune, they are typically the trigger, the catapult to fibromyalgia, not the reverse. Just thought I'd add that piece. So, can you have arthritis and fibromyalgia, or RA and fibromyalgia, or lupus and fibromyalgia? The answer is 100% yes. In fact, they can actually be instigators to the fibromyalgia. Can you live a low to no pain life with these? Yes, you can. And I delight in being able to say that because, you're going to hear a lot of doctors say, no, you can't. Well, I had an amazing, delightful time this last month, and I actually got to speak with my therapist, my physical therapist, who originally found the fibromyalgia in me, and I shared with him what I'm doing. He was so thrilled to hear what I am doing. So I just had to pass it along. I actually help people, teach people, coach people to be able to live that low to no pain life. That's just what I do. And I do these lives to help out. And I actually am going to be doing some more stuff that I'm going to be sharing if you just stick around just a little bit longer here. So I had mentioned before in a couple of my lives about doing some work from home for people with disability. And I had mentioned a previous time about doing surveys. And it's a very slow process, but it's possible. There's only one particular place, and it's exceptionally slow, which is why I don't really mention it, because if you don't have the patience and if you're achy, the last thing you want to do is think of answering surveys. So what I have found is what's called print on demand, or POD. And I found that to be quite interesting and fun. Now, it's not for everybody, but in my particular case, I'm finding that I'm actually kind of enjoying it to be creative, because I am very creative and I like to share my creations. So that actually brings me to my next couple of pieces. That is that I've been watching some program stuff about women entrepreneurs. Now, entrepreneurship is not for everybody. It can actually be its own set of stressors. Something for you to experiment with if you have fibromyalgia and you're trying to find an income. Definitely playing around with the concept just to see if you find something that actually helps to relieve the stresses. What I had learned from this one lady is that cleaning out, cleaning out your home, cleaning out your area of things that would be considered not even worth keeping around. One man's trash is another man's treasure. Haven't you heard that? I have started to do that and found that to be very interesting. So I'm kind of giving that as an idea for you. Now, this is the part that's getting into the fun stuff. Okay. Now, as many of you know, I had an ankle surgery and I went into recuperation mode. At the time, I was not able to be out of bed. I wasn't able to put any weight on my ankle. So basically, I was in involuntary isolation for 23 23 days. So, out of retrospect to that and realization of the effect on the fibromyalgia and my mental health, I thought how perfect it would be to do a 23-day fibro challenge. And you can join me. And what I mean by that is just follow my daily thread, 23 days for the challenge. I'll be posting it here as in shorts, and what I mean by shorts is they're short video clips, like 30 seconds long, very simple, very to the point. Be sharing as well on my other platforms, and sharing my journey of the 23 days and what I learned through it all. Now, in addition to that, the 23 days will basically lead into May, which is Mental Health Awareness Month, as well as Fibromyalgia Awareness Month. And I could never be more stoked about this because of how the two correlate together. Now, you might be thinking, Scarlett, what are you talking about? How do they correlate together? Well, here's where it comes in fun and handy. I want you to follow my journey here, starting today, because today is going to be the first day of the 23 days leading into the Mental Health Awareness and Fibromyalgia Awareness Month. I'm asking you to just go on ahead and follow me because I will be answering that question as well as so many more, because I even answered some of my own questions. I might even spark some questions in you if you follow me about fibromyalgia and how the body reacts and why, and how mental illness, and not necessarily illness, but mental health in general, how they both correlate together, how it all connects together. It is like a big, giant puzzle, or a domino effect if you prefer dominoes. I'm not a big fan of puzzles or games or anything like that, and I will be going into description of why and my processes through this journey. It will end up being a total of 54 days, I believe, because May is 31 days. So yeah, 54 days. And then I will be asking people for their input and be leapfrogging on to those different questions and answering questions and so on. I am just really excited about the next few days into month and a half of process and how it'll affect not only me, but help you as the fellow viewer. So if you like what you've seen or heard, please comment below. If you have any ideas, comment below. There's also an email where you can send questions. You can make requests. You can even comment about what you've seen, or you can comment about something that's going on for you and would like to get ideas and input. And I have addressed comments as well as questions. So until next time, I look forward to seeing you each day, starting today, on different platforms and on my shorts here. Please feel free to leave comments. I love to respond to them. Until next week,